Hey, Nana ya Jantua.
And now they are champion Naka.
A champion.
And I am champion Jantua.
Auntie, Nana Pijama,
say a champion.
A champion or any ba. Sa champion is no of a power.
No, sons of your Henneba.
Very noble, nice man. Nana say when you knew. Nana ya Jantua and Martin Cano. General Secretary ma CP Nana ya Jantua no Martin.
Nana ya champion.
General Secretary ma CPP amanyu. Even say Dr. Bernard Okoboy NHIA CEOs babeka na nemnya for Kofi Adams so MP for Boeim also babeka yensa ewa hanum say Nana kwaba
yeja
na mugu hihye so
meguso
waje bra kohwe honum kakra de also be kwame kuma wakofo
o bezo mu digi sika kwame nkroma tiri so no
se o man ni yeye
mako
eju sen
anyi mihu
aden so official is the just kada na you
o si ejim se na fuso o si etemesen
now si etu hu wako hondi wako hu na etu hu
me kwa me pese me hu se sika omude $3.5 million no mo mechichire
because esi akoso ho no
esi na 3.5 million
nyoma ya fefa baby free miamia
odo o mo miu we just say nya accountability nya bone because ye mpesa auditor general report be ba na aka se Kwame Nkrumah tiri so obi ayi sika basa nto mo miu we nya bone ayi sika se ko gi loan me na fu se wa bank for the check say be a grant
me grant
there be say a loan ti loan de me ne wo na ebetua ye ma betua ti o mo nkyere ye de o mo di say nitty gritty
na wa hu nyoma kama
o ba hini ma de kama de bibia ye kama ne kama ne sen
hwe fountain ni na we gardens
na gardens say ho dada o pra wo de ma
various apartments abem
apartments be administration block
ya cheche bibia na wa ko hu ade foforo so as hu hu hwe
da bi de pese mche me hwe ade na okay me pese ya no ko hwe me ko mi hu bibi na me train minister deputy minister adwen kura baso speech Kwame Nkrumah kan on the night of independence one more appropriate no ama OAU summit
the speech no
yes the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the African continent. That one was said on the eve of independence and so almost can OAU conference 23rd May 1963.
To what your emergency so?
It should be corrected. Number 2, aisle now almost say dark aisle no. Walkway no towards. There's nothing independence apart from the picture now. A bohono. So akoshe. That picture no a photo no video no. It is attributed to BBC4. It is GTV needs our footage no.
Yeah, I say this year.
BBC4. Footage na wo na ye BBC4
on your credit
any accredit o sab kwan na walkway na it should signify mu dark no it should signify the walk to independence. It said the a walk to freedom wo hwe o kan Nelson Mandela book what it says but be anywhere ya about Ghana independence. It's as if say you perceive a negative Kwame Nkrumah in the contribution to Ghana's independence and now say your year ma Ghana independence.
Kenya sadi with you.
Yeah then.
Kenya de.
And then the chile will say independence or no most of the things are about Pan-Africanism. The main building no. Only Nkrofo be na independence no. A straw picture one His Excellency Nana picture penable.
A straw no.
Exactly, nya pictures of omo no omo kon for independence.
As a museum
omo the pictures na wo. Ono Nkrumah no.
The pictures na.
But some most would be picture kan yes, His Excellency Nana de no wait me dey abosoro. Na omo no omo kon ye no. Mo de omo so that is our history. Now some of the scenes ni your friend is sending papa ka chem say no omo to bottle bomb. Some of the scenes ni be a say we actually struggle to get independence from come the whole pictures ni bi abobo. It was our album. So when people come on who say about the struggle towards independence. Struggle towards independence wasn't OAU. There are two different things. The OAU was for us as Africa to come together as one, and also should be a panacea and as a vehicle for the whole of Africa to be free. And also to have economic independence. The OAU model and Kwame Nkrumah na say you be trading amongst ourselves, you be one currency. You be nipa baako, you be one political system. And the EU for adopting as is strong. But Ghana as a country, no says you will independence a bakwasem. Na say you very prominent da me call ho no kura mpo no me kwatwe o madwensi so mosolium na nkasa ba bia papa da no na hwa yefin
oh nana
me ka kire ti me ka kire say hwa yefin ti o mo prapra ho no mo mope ho na nche ho ba bi kura liki yeso o se abusuafo say ho de ni so obi antimi fa ne sanka because that's a beautiful crypt but ade ha adwen kura ni say nipa kro na o si ade no te ase na se mi hu no TV so Dr. Donata or architect or drug, and he said he wasn't consulted.
Yes,
what you say? He said he wasn't consulted. He was talking about architect, but he was talking about some changes to be on me eventually about the structural issues to be better. You know, I didn't cross symbols. Ya church only be about your what day what I say. We see Asempa 94.7 all talk all day. Ti se me bana me ba round wo ha say ya. Wo antwa Asempa ne keke. Wo do frequency aka ho na ade awoye. Me wedding classes in science na ho yen trust here what it means. Ye wo ginya me yen trust here.
Dr. Dakwasi o che was what's up baby.
Man Dr. Dakwa.
Oh DC.
But Dr. Dakwa mba ba sra wai. Me ade ma.
O si what's up baby.
Na me ka no kuro.
O so nsem na ka ka die.
And one Dr. Dakwa no akọ. Even when we say me catch a minister say also papa bi no minister team no. Or can straight or say that statement is independence. Ade asam no me no kura na me kan. Me pa cho din class symbols you be kono. Okay say ne yenka about communication. Those symbols are supposed to communicate something. Now draw down ho na say wan fa inscription bi anto asia. Then nkrofo hu say na asia kire. It even has a history. Into the obey say so ultimate creative portion be now the history of the Dinkra symbols. And sana the obey drew be our try because there's a lot of space or muja was here. Obetimi spreading it down, no what church or munine din ho. Obi ba no twa picture crampa additional man.
What were you impressed with?
Impressed. Me be man take bibia and coffee say ade we de me ho a eye nwanwa bibia hit me, especially me consider sika that has been spent. Apart from that no ade ba kokra me call urinal ladies on never could leaky
CCA.
I told them the catch almost say ladies were non-return valve no enye adwuma.
What catch managers of the facility?
Me catch am.
Nana CCA na can say make CCA. Ade I see I ndu.
Na me catch am so mo nkwohwe me o flash e nkwa leaky.
Dominic.
So won say
Nana ya janto aso can say mo.
Hwe won say ulu leaky a nsuo no ba wo form na ekọ.
Na trum we dey CCA wo call just a day now.
The last room ABS say o ma sorting me ba me beka che o mo say ho ni leaky because she say wo if na wo yeah what him say ensure no ba wo form ho say no one hwe by the time I realize now who use water tanker na asa
na be white.
Yes make a chom so mo nkore. So I try to flash it and sometimes so don't say see flash no so a basho na ejai. So I did it didn't come up. Sometimes be about how went me and me so
substandard.
Yes, but because as a public place you don't use that there no. So you see the nensa no. Because as they press on it, in no time when yes. And I said, yeah, what die on? Once they be also die on. I know press so I know you're solid. But when metal the other one says we no time at
a public space.
Yes, the kind of traffic they're expecting. I think a die who DNB.
No, omono be kasai.
There be o, me call round. Ade na fair wo ho ye ne picture bi adi kente na aye. Kente nti ma o matete nom the glass ato.
General Secretary CPP unya aware say na dwumade say be koso.
Nti
mo mmra na mo fo ni mo nyama.
O man ka hwe anche ye mpo. You see the point is that me kan ha. Committee no kra no na make say e bi kwan pa nka ne ma bi wo ho kra nka e betimi ahwehwe de ama wo. Me papa say we get letters between on Kwame Nkrumah from Guinea. What ne bedroom we betimi akwahwehwe books be near there letters when he was in prison. Kwame Nkrumah was in Guinea. They used to find ways to if anything they smuggle letters near the brain. He kept them for a very long time. Owu na saying they call them ha obi wo ho ya kenkan bi o ti ase conversations bi on Kwame Nkrumah nya ya anoti nema wo kan fa JB dankwa ho ne nyina
ho chuma musa mo hwe
there be CPP de o man fa ya nka ho because kai o mo se o mo frɛ Professor Akosa. As Professor Akosa was the last time o ba party headquarters
but o CPP ni
ba se ye won krofo a o mo
se nye o mo ni national for ndili
there be
Professor Akosa on ka national
there be on ka se kura so o ma be about work homecoming for a year press or ne samia no mina beba back. But typically they say no on ye. Obaka so yen Nkrumah is.
Whether in Nkrumah is or no, but say your CPP ko na.
Yes, ye quick no na make no. O man frey will be
not even a phone call.
There be
as general secretary.
Nothing to say we me ankasa me say me catch the last ye chok rata ko mom say pesi hu de ekoso ho. Imre bi me ankasa me o say kofi akwaye ko ho. Ko find out what is going on. Pami
CPP for no.
I also any right here by bisa questions. You were direct be I am Minister for Tourism. No, Minister for Tourism I was tisui. On your ho mame. I work graphic. Maybe a journalist. As an editor and as an MD, I dealt with him. Oh no, I on your ho mame and I. But he couldn't even say CPP. Momeka committee no humpo. That is our founder line there. Me dana me call the first place I me wura crept no. But me a spiritual person. Mo bi yi ma no nsi bone. Me sum me nya me pa. But me wura ho no. With all the excitement e wo ho no, I wanted to feel some light. What am I say? I am not communicating with the dead or anything, but I wanted to feel some light to say baby papa no obi anani age. But o man him feels her light no. Me ka sem ba ko me kai time am papa wu ye a see no 2021. Na ye the body no to ho na anadwo no be se 2 am comrades nyina abai. Na ye start see ye to ye nwumi. Na ye to ye nwumi. Me kept the actually say me hwe se papa na nim a brighten up.
Enyum na koso na.
Ye koso no. Bi jana ho ne ye to. Ose kufia kwa kumensa yire mambo hajia hamdatu kumase for boys nyina ezwa omu nyina ndi tonyoma ne me hu se ni ma brighten na me gina na ti na kwa me nyina ye to na me gina niti. That was me who with the feeling that time I'm trying to be business and energy. Yes. Come me round mausoleum how to find out to say what is the aura there. Men feel say a whole light.
Na deputy minister the review wana okekumante. Ono kwa
de Michiano event bi ase on the chief director ma me kan asem. No, see, omunya yomudi yebe kahu. They didn't call CPP. a chain na me who say omo invite a chairman ono kra call ho ne amfana antena days no so ntia ade chain na me ne kase no na me call ye kra days no kra ya amfana antena so ya ma me opportunity kra to make a speech obi am inviting as a special guest of honor ono as a person no so cho letter na ka say you have been invited as a special party ni nyina but ono kura ni partner special guest of honor there so man opportunity ne party founder na da ho no man opportunity man ka bibi e fa papa na wo da ho no obi a man say opportunity ntino
Doctor that kwasi MPP ma appointment abaji
me MPP ni
ye build the Ghana
debi man fa sa ma doctor da kwa mpo sempa me ba be hwehwe ya fa number ja na we pa de mfa we ma I didn't say me koji MPP appointment.
Guarantee.
MPP. They say me CPP ni.
O say yemwa e bi say okwa abakoze nya de bi si de ne. Say obi o party bi na wa be dom party.
Me nya CPP na me nko MPP.
Guarantee.
Eh. Azem we di anu e she doctor da kwampacho chemaje we ase ba bi e free a eba. Say me ntiase. Me nya me general secretary na me nko MPP. Asa kofo me wofa kofo ma yenkrofo ni that was an alliance bi buka yundum
papa kwesi
yundum ene professor Hagen ena nipa mo me be be for to mo mu ayi na mse ayi ana kwesi ama mo mu nipa for mo mu position
is a no
ne the MPP saying say me wo me party na me party ne ni say me chairman ye
the Ghana agenda.
Ghana agenda, CCP so Ghana agenda no.
But at any point in time, MPP want chiro mo hia o mo betimi.
Na me NTPRC no mo be pam me. No mo hia me mo a.
Omo no pam mo.
Me nyi see e cause a conversation.
Omo no mo pam mo.
Yes. Don't be here me na had to leave. And so no mo.
Wa na obo modern na.
There be na dey omo dey here me na say me omo pam me ho.
Adwuma wa ye wo no.
Ade bacho man ni si ekom na ye nwie sa programming.
The modern boy wa bo no.
Omo hu kura. They didn't see it. Oh, me come as I'm is a sad story, but hu hia etwam. Me ka baby so am free an kama me CPP general secretary ntino.
Na nyina so ne de because no bia nim say wo na wo betina so.
Nkofo bi feel say ni sem pi.
Ebi ni de wen.
Oh, o man yan troaso.
No, emane ya adisua.
No nka topics no.
Emane ya adisua ma enchiri mane wona pretty
ma. Yes me arrogant me say nsem pi ye hu hia. Me na ya me arrogant dey anu edin. But nsem pi because ye adwuma say o ma hu say sa na ne ye adwuma no.
Afido ma hu.
By elite.
To go back to support na elite. The Ghana agenda.
Oh, sometimes me hwe na omuntu mi nya ya me yet say me bo machi ba so obehwa wo say na me chirem.
O di nyoma tutudwa.
Me yes apa because me hu so omo ho chire wo. Nti what I do ni say me hu say enye ya me de ade no to ho ase obetie me carefully a e say me chirem. But it shouldn't be so much say man for befi me too much am omo refi say me CPP general secretary. Because any tie de bia me ko bia and PRC ni di manim.
Consultant for them, sir.
You see, who baby na say me kai time I say nsem ni nyina ekoso no. Kwaku ba ko ka bibi wo Metro TV. Me amenu ayi, me brother Penny. Good evening, bra. Obisa say akola ya motan ani, ofiri wan na be ya adwuma no. Adwuma na wo ye na edin pa. They should that training me for a course called Dummies for engineering for engineers. Into no anything engineering no I was taught. Me chairman making sure say mesua. And I actually took my time to learn. A lot of sacrifice, a lot. I mean, I didn't even have a life. I was like making sure say, and at a point especially, maybe 204. At a point especially when the crisis came, 2006, 2007, there was some crisis. It wasn't as deep as the 2013 one. And you know, I made up my mind to say Ghana for need to know. And Ghana for need to be looked after. and Ghana phone needed to be treated right, even if there is a crisis. Intimidate told me who said baby and the right thing has to be done. You do baby I'm an engineers no because you could meet him be said tepe okay good afternoon gentlemen. I'm saying no, me I'm a woman or you know you are not a woman, you are a man, and we all laughed. Because sometimes many men are not faithful. Because I'm learning my staff in Tino, engineers no cry meet me be so more question. And I had a good teacher, Mr. Samuel Sapon, no yeah, engineer Sapon, my former boss. I mean we were a good team in Tino. Nipa suya adie. Just me my debiana me yeah my main focus was Ghana. Because there were times I would say bibi o ha na nye low shedding. It's unfortunate you go to me call for more than 6 hours. That him say you be negligence. In that case, me say me man nko.
Obeka.
Yes, meka. And I'll make sure me can no abontin kwa me can no utilities no.
Edasusi,
but minim de work. They say I me free ho ne bi ye me. Eno kwa me fa phone e de ka. E kire omo say do sanka mu ye ni si anka be nka mu ye ni si anka be ye. But as long as you are not there, you shouldn't also create the impression say you are breathing on somebody's neck.
Jamal Dune say, please ask Mrs. Jan to tell us what she has done at the CPP office to project Nkrumah. They go around claiming to be Nkrumah, yet have done nothing to project Nkrumah. So that's it. What is it?
Like so what say they say for us to be in existence with all attacks at way so no. It's a projection of Nkrumah. Because obi any will CPP so. For us to sit here and talk about Kwame Nkrumah is a project because for people to still talk about Nkrumah, it means to say we've done some great work. Even though you do baby a Ghana for expect but we know say near my best son in due course. Because if an MPP for crample or power at a point, more history, 1979, Victor Usune Pawili, UNC. We are near to but me fear na political home. Me mammy a UP they be America. Mammy ni papa ne Victor, they be Uncle Victor Beba Kumasi, no be Chimakusa because so by young one. At that time, no now, no matter opposition till 2000, no matter opposition, be 30 something years. But when the time came, no, mobile power. Nti ane de ebeba so. It's a work.
You ever see because you be a the sky train me fall.
A sky train de enkoyi.
There be there man enkoyi.
The sky train na no e de ya.
There be wa adwuma e de nhihye ye adwuma amoye feasibility enu nim audit report there be.
Feasibility book no.
Let me see. Why you say adwuma dia moye feasibility.
Feasibility
why you adwuma audit report aba.
Me ba jo book ka ho. Wutimi ye feasibility a book nka ho. Because there's so to me a book chere visibility a me ye ni yes plane na train na mo de ba no ahoma we ne betimi asom mo size me nya science new but mo seismic test and na say lightning ne say and Ghana has a lightning background pa na edum kanea it is a train nam ho material we ne betimi use as a lightning bar e betimi sustain ni pa betinem I mean nyama bebre as see etimi hwe height no say ne be ya nkrofo nye too much afraid. So feasibility study and that area more they come say Kwame Nkrumah say how feasible is it to say the better. There's pre-feasibility can come bet me ama Ghana for aye before you pay money to a company. We are so no me say okokoto phone kura na fa phone ni ma part payment. They don't know kukuru sika ni nyina for feasibility studies in ma wom. And no me who almost say shares bi ni ma bi wo Mauritius company to buy shares no na for feasibility mo be.
Mesa Bauso, why?
Yeah, munya de efe. Ye here a speed boat ni bridges over the water lake a ekum
omo bi hu.
Omo tonda me
dey enough.
Nkofo da so omo da so te kanu no omo da so gu no. Kanu twi ye friend no kodo.
E friend dey
kodo. Yeso so nim kodo. Kodo de ni etwi to mu no. Te ni shape te se kanu ye friend no kodo. Apoto wa udi twi to ana etwitwam ye de kodo ni etwi omo te kodo mu no omo de ko
Dotoko what shit na ya jantada
The big sister no.
Kasi me kwa kosra nyu. Nti aso kwa je so.
E ma ne ba oba check the history of
it. Check what they mean. I'm present pa. Wono ya nya minister na ya me ya say. Di papa say ti wono ko say me kwa kan e be ka say me nye.
The big sister no. Na me history on no man sia be we.
Now the science doctor ni.
Na why mami ndawasi. Mafi obi ti metu nyum baako
ade no ma hiti anazo afi
na bi se ni papa ni obi wo
ga na fasi wataji e be fa meye we wa ha obetimi atu nse obeti ade so ma hin nya ade
mi se enyum nti na mafi obi we started to obe won enta mafi obi
oro zo betu bi e
sia
obe tu bi e sia
so elder
obe tu bi e sia
o ma ni metu no ga
we Pentecost ni is it the Pentecost of one abasu omu na woso eh omu place na nkrofo bi eye omu programs
na ozo dia na ya o ke kan sem say
obi ozo
nye Pentecost a friend saying Pentecost for sorry omu facility
church members
they be make up omu facility na honorable Baumi and president Baumi o any programs me who ne twice was a twice
ebe kan once
omu rent ana
ebe kan once
why for renting ana
ti enyum no why yem ye kesinti
na say we Dr. Kuminim chukra na we
say wa kwen Nine
momodi omaini
akwenyi
kesinti esese dawase wakwen nine
na wonse Kofi Adams e hwe no
me wona sika
okay no we win the ofia we strategies so we no dey break you bia
oi asida de here
papa
de bia me sorry a bia pese nyame hu se me de asida man
amen
because
on
hospital a what you so bia na onam obi wa for weeks now months on the hospital or shower in view but say ya you no know
exactly
and they was asida man nyame na me tie my sister no asem no about how she left PRC no na nka metu nyu from man but or not the make a chance say bibia nyame esino nyame nim de oy so she should on shed like she should take
it is yeah we do baby kwa na mnyes can trade yanini
oy because there were times me call school me were presec no because jina kwa one calculation is a menya lift so that only lift the call go obey savings kakra na ma school na ede na so one lift na time so corner on say school be start ya na video
pressure
no George is who go do 37 year from Teshi who pa one say lift run see what Teshi NC wo 37 to free station over na tika kra ko nim sa odu smart na still nya lifter odu opa bia e was on faka ko wan hwa la wan tika school enti ene say me ba na obi driving me carry me nyina me tunu mansa na me kasa enti o man asidan kwa ene say na etino nyame ochino beti asisa no na quick one make about Kwame Nkrumah say me call Upper West the past 5 days or so na me here working I am in person metran crampe so me call last week Wednesday Thursday Friday Saturday Sunday Monday na me nam region now why me call da one facility e wo Jirapa your friend Royal Cozy Hotel omo friend Jirapa Dubai omo me free we na me ko bisa regional minister say na result we mu ya we say wa omo me call Kenya because I wanted to see lions na me hu lions da eko hu antelope cinema omo all these things are in Upper West Ghana lions are mishia wo no they are healthier than the ones I met in Kenya me the beba Kwame Nkrumah
resort
yes it's a resort with a natural park buffalo ni na man first time me hu be live it's because me say people are taking planes to Nairobi. They spend money. They invest 70% of almost all the inflows for Kenya over tourists. And that's where I'll talk about Nkrumah. As a country, if we set our mind to never be everyone say we are in chain at the end, it will be the bread one shot with time more scad and cocoa. Quickly no maminka say sa Jirapa Dubai no omayini you have to go there. Who they met me Joma Kasama? Wait inti make our fiscal weight.
Oh,
I'm top play now.
No, but don't take advantage to just push me to that. My sister adopts with you. Was a friend of verbal abuse. Be mindful of that.
Fiscal, okay.
Verbal abuse. What you've just said, I can take you on. Every day you appear in court. Every blessed day.
And how your bar make to gender for cases when you get you say na Bema can say how on this one by gender say Okobo can say we fiscal weight was those cases say I'm buy your shama dealing with the men all the way kasa. So all I'm saying is that as a country we should decide what will help us to grow. Sebi Mr. Bako or deputy chief executive anti ya say no so ni ma be a friend Alice ono ton to ma be say kama obi abon din was yes I say a combination before we do on kwada order yes and to say this Alice is say orders no do so I feel they pay more ladies to help her they will get money
but but enya common
exactly and I'm just showing how a trip to one place will result in the community. Meko Basilica or Nandom. Nandom is just Laura is 45 minutes from Jirapa. Opportunity call Laura. Me call Laura no. You say mushroom rock. This is call Laura no. And I call Nandom. Omo Basilica ever 4,000 people built in 1934. So my friend Honorable Ambrose Nibano di to say but you have a basilica here. Me I didn't know it exists in Ghana. We can sell this country. So Nkrumah dey say Martin Luther King, one of the most celebrated Americans, he came to Africa. Say he wants to meet
Look
Nkrumah.
At the boy center.
Dr. Kino, Oba Africa. And our catcher Nkrumah say, congratulations, but we are still not free. Oba the inspiration or the callback. So Nkrumah is not an angel, Sebi. If you go, you can have your one or two issues with some things and all that. But there are facts. I bet you have feed a lot of people in this country. In terms of sky, you have to go and watch. If you go to most European countries, the this sky say you call Penimbi mausoleum. I could share the wire. In fact, I'm happy to say honorable honorable kind of boss the channel.
Or the
honorable Kofi Adams.
Honorable green paper na de namne.
Or Jubilee House. Or Jubilee House.
Where parliamentary green?
No, or Jubilee House. No, or Jubilee House.
Where parliamentary green? Where executive green? Parliamentary green now get us in town. And normally in the chowechi. Now, if you look at Jerry John Rollins, because school, army school, field engineers. Yeah, say parade. Now you see the air friend of peace goers, and I friend. Maybe honorable who the right
things go.
Now you I bet you now you call salina. Not Jerry, I the dresser. The watch no share for be say watch way who can sight me record do or missing the glasses no or no chair. Yeah, soldier because of Rollins. But as we speak today, most of the things that Rollins using in life for mine. If I want to go to a place where I'll look at them, I don't know. This is money, oh. It's money. It's money. The setup, you don't need 1 acre. Even one plot can build. Is not a big, a gigantic. You just have a room where there is someone who would usher you in and tell you this is where Jerry started from. This is Jerry's first dress as a fighter pilot. This is their straight green dress. This is Jerry's glasses. These are the watches. Is one. There are people who, in fact, you can have a session where when you wear the watch, you pay extra. People will pay.
And the uniforms he even wore to do the coup.
We have to decide what we want. You can put in 1 million Ghana cedis. You can rake in 5 million a year. That can build some of the drains and petty things that people are looking for. In fact, if we do it well, mega projects will be built from tourism. The last time I can say, are you aware? Say, who can say sit now president national? The young fan say Mills Mama say here no na be president national. Young fan share glass mo.
You be a 10.
Show when near. Oji 10 city. O 100. There are people who pay 100 to sit on it.
Yeah.
And then they tell you take the presidential pose for 1 minute. Now you and also approaches come on so anya wo de o. Ya wo the original one otwa o. Now you print and also you have 56. Inti nipa no be free Rollins square na apie no
spending
na man na on kita ska ye di agro krom you see on this guy di agro man omo mo kita sika no mo di agro say we say eh anema call for my own tampie on travel Dominic Femi say mo metu kwa che say mo nyama nyina aye kama ba say nyama njina ya mutu kwa
Doctor, go 2 quick ones of yembre and commercial. Na me ko e buem for so. Akofa form na.
Mpacho me masuma me nyam bia nkofa quiet.
Osako.
What kind dey quiet?
Mpacho ai. Na dey enter make quietly ni say bi mu say o doctor here say oh ade we nyame bo na wa mu bi da na wa fe mu da. Service inti ni akoma panti na but nyama e wo mu no enye easy honorable ha. Enti meka jo bi say from fair number from kakra yen kofa form na yen fini na ye ko submit a ebi mu say o doctor yen nim say o ba enti ebi as a possession bi a to announce say you are coming that one we might do it but all I want to say is that my fan quiet enye kidikidi o yen man twa pictures because me nim say juma na ye ko ye I say honorable balado so me chiano me tini kanche o say is it omo wi ni amano mboano is it the rats or see or the back of farmer omo wi pepper kakra no ma jai no ma kwa another one and I didn't so shishi na se no mama ka say yen call the next one and na akora ne bisa ne mama rat no bisa ne mama say ade we nye da ade na use o say nye ni denti na why abron kwanti na ya ba kroma ye say ade parliament say unnim de o wa obe free say bi a luxury ni enije na why did it's the hardest job in this country. How many?
Parliament.
Hey! But me share delegates, I tell them. Say na unze ma put on with nema shekaka. How many? The hardest job in this country is the MP. But the MP, people's medical issues is you. When a man beats the wife, you have to come in. When someone is sick, they are not sure of their money. They call you before they step in the hospital. When people get to the hospital and they are about to be operated and they cancel, you have to call to rearrange. When Obi birthday turn a crowd, that's why. Ofrewa, una obe talk great. Funeral, ukonsuna, scanun swa, a problem. Outdooring 1 hour. Now, me sorry, typical weekend, me wore 3-4 different clothes in my car. Me call funeral 2, outdooring 3, general meeting. From morning. Maybe I started about 2-7, maybe if you're not about 11. The next day, 2-5, not about 11. That was the life for close to 4 years. Now say I'm going to say born English.
What Makufia in that?
Oh my! The only reason why I'm going back, ni say I know of Nema me starting here. Ebi mo hanging in the air. In fact, some have done well to still push to finish. Like there's a stadium, Madame Boy and Coleman AC. Fine project, about $3 million. It's the biggest astroturf in Accra, if I may say so, the biggest. Nyamia Dome next month, for the first time in the life of our community, we'll be able to play our festival game not in a sandy park, untreated, undeveloped. For the first time, it will be in a stadium where the elders will sit on pews and building and see that in 200 years of the community. That's why some of us are in politics or mining. That in 15-20 years time, we can work with our children and tell them we were part of this history. Finished. I tell people, if that is why you enter politics, we will say, yeah, fanfare. It's a lot of hard work. If the projects are finished, some of us will move on. In fact, I envy Alan Money, Baumyama, who operate at that level. And this is Kofi Adams, Bojumano. Flag there's not even sorry, con horse straight say, Ubano, why is she? No. Party Nukabeka say, check who is the aspiring honor, immediate help. And so, Dr. Koba always tell people it's only 2 things. It's the fiscal development and jobs.
Okay.
Nunti na yeba back. Na mi wojide say kwaya nyamebe faso ama yatimi akọ wi ejuma no obeboaye ama ya yesa ejuma. Say me shank for 10. Me constituency 9 bisa say are you coming back? At least that is good motivation.
How is MP going to create jobs? How is MP going to create jobs?
Oh,
are you not better off creating jobs as chief executive?
No, I'm coming. See,
health insurance authority and being MP.
No problem. If you think of the bow tie and official tie job, you might think so. If you put even 3 youth, just 3, and you give them to Obia or you're telling this Nigerian outfit, nice ones I buy.
But you don't need to be an MP.
No, that's why I'm saying that the position gives you the the weight to do more of that. But as I speak, I'm already helping.
So
No, but I tell people all the time, say politics is a vehicle, or position, official position is a vehicle. It can make you do more of something you like to do because the weight there is bigger.
And no, how not also or report it to be.
Yes.
I mean, wherever he is.
No, even where I am now. No. Even CEO, by the grace of God, I'm able to help
the board.
But the minister is there.
But even if you come community out of 10 youth, and yes, if you'll be able to age more health insurance. Some just need some support, skills training, and all that.
Is it an orphan constituency?
Oh no, no, be in free.
And the one or
NDC.
Oh, no. Papa.
Why? Who name?
But say, or you are down for just on the other side of the politics.
Oh, on your enemy. Oh, me saw a papa penny.
There be no papa penny.
No,
Who name?
Oh, your friend on a boy. But some man, Yano, me saw a papa penny. I was just
Papa penny. You be so say one and not all. You be so the same thing. You be so question earlier say one of our former. Or say oh me fan quiet. You be so say who fan did quiet one now. Who fan what this one of our form. Yes or no? I mean, make a fan quiet.
And yet objectives medical school friend MCQs. That's multiple choice questions. I don't know yes or no. Well, no, it's a conversation.
It would have been my church.
And I mean you answer the
Masa ba so ba buemfo a crowd so person so e de omo prelims ba buemfo so say Kofi na eko buem de bibia ni go be challenge Kofi obuem okofa o aba into on the 20 obesa hia obechia say nyame waduma
but my enemy are interested in conversation now because
e would the way and sky.
Well,
sky and count na ya na no ho ti we sky ke no akeka no
woni ma Ghana ha ye woniama bebrea ka ye benya sika if you bet just say leadership na you take the right decisions nia minia oku boyer kai efa na basilica ya oku huye say can you imagine say sika ya say na ye kutu say galamsey site say ye den e won kran ha senka almost ye cathedral
oh the fish pond no
senka ye the just quarter of sika na ye dia kum tie na yes pande wa airport eko ye basilica ni ye akwan na eda ho you can imagine the attraction edibebre any value because you know there's history to the Nandom Basilica. Enya dia corruption ni katasise ne proye e bata ho. There's history to that basilica. Nanso ye nia o say ye. So we continue to draw back. Ye to Galamsey site is here ene wo parliament mosquitoes nkwa na e haye wo. Mosquitoes nkwa na e haye wo because of sa pond now omaye
fish pond na fish in him mosquitoes ne be breed.
Mosquitoes na mu breed wo.
When the last time I go for omu die koso
Benia ene kra me fa ho Dr. Baumiani posters nkwa na ebobo sa diko na omu di ye round
branches kakra ha
diko na omu ye round
Dr. Baumiani
ne posters nkwa ade ayaye no well mwetu hole wo ho ase form wo ho ase bibia ena mu sheda ede wall bi ye ya at least well they've decorated the wall ufa hokra uhu bibi like but omakwa say the beauty of that wall with Dr. Baumiani posters. So parliament ye wo bas kesibi oti bas ni ma inside ho enti okobo ewu ni ma
bas no was through
enti oti bas ni ma uhu bibia ewo inside ho say woni mi bas no ana well hunda bet ewo top yetina soro ena niama no eko ase bas ye use for parliament ye call committee ejuma father way well ba omade na eko break it down because akwan year of rules ena akwan nya na bas ne ko break it down so omahini I'm just saying say can you imagine
sika nke beba
so just lack of foresight and but many animal opposite Obano, I can assure him say, well, on my primaries there, maybe he may be lucky, and I wish him well. I prefer him over any other person on my primaries. Now, so many elections in India, near honorable Ikwa Babe, there's no way on Bessano. There's no way because near okay, say Magda be Astrotefa. Say Magda no any Astrotef because of Okoboy. Oh yeah, Astrotef e dia boa techi. But o boa techi for. Wo ko friend no, wo friend for and on behalf of the people of Techi. Me say, wo ko ya wo ne di nkomo no. Tie, wo ko ho a wo ne di nkomo no. Wo di nkomo for and on behalf of Techi people. Enyen common na so whether we MPO we MPO ejuma no de obeya mako ewiye niaka enkoso no you have to be questioning your government because other projects now wo ka ho asema enkoso no about akwan a yenye drainage a yenye eno enye MP eno obeye drainage wonim sa when him say akwan no enye MP na obeye well he will of course say machines no tie
machines na parking for 4 years
ye jai ejuma no to ho no from time to time no the machines no was grading some road who did that here no you saw it tie
what's on in the machine
Okoboy
machine no
Okoboy
na education kakra
Okoboy
already say that was before he became MP
Okoboy
I could not canon you go to Boy because I could not the MP
okay
he has been on radio Amawaka say it was when he was now then when he was campaigning opposition on MP no assemblyman be Timika Chense on using the private machines no but the MC by he is not done that
and America say the man use the machines to grade some of the rules whether before obey MPO and now after being MPO or two when him say we favorite picture be eba abonte about some drainage crossing bi say when we saw no so buy no wa ba be a better drainage
I will not attempt to discuss Boem issues because I'm not discussing. If you go there you say things that you respectfully don't have would know and this for the flow to you know what's happening now. You see, sometimes when people talk from a distance, it's sad. This is now mami we are some America. Would know.
Mamenka ni amini wa mi hu na wa kan ya ewo ho. Mamenka
your constituency.
Mamenka ni
the ono wa correct.
This that wa correct. Mamenka ni yes, now I correct it.
Yes.
But mamenka now we correct. They now we correct this here. And he say he is also doing certain things also then went to me so I wish you well say primaries there but main elections nankasa there eno there or say yesterday honorable Ayikuye then yedin by especially say ono afena ni party no ye beba power John Dramani Mahama ba be din kunyama ba e mantini even more basa at the end and I very clear
I don't be complacent
me say of course they have not say you be complacent men can say you be complacent but minim say the next elections His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
hopeful
yes very not just hopeful so I know say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bedin Kunim obehia obeboa honorable Ayiku even more say injuma bebre edrum bribi kura no say minua he has to rally maximum support media for no so mo boa no pa especially multimedia platform to expose some of the abandoned projects ye jai to wa nshisha na ye da na ekoso no you help to bring order now so still in Kusiaga. So I can assure the people of Techi on behalf of Honorable Ayiku say, look, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Oba Ababeye Mampini, and most of the projects Bibia Mubeya Kwakudruno will be completed. But Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is one of the greatest leaders to have ever lived in our part of the continent. And in Yama Bebre or Hoa or say, yeah, a beboa, go for Bebre, beba down to Ghana just because they want to come and see one person who be Efa Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So anything yeah about him, no, that's a mistake. Kakra ebemwa enye, and all those things are nana ya to identify no omunhwe na omunye den omun correcting because certain things are basic. They say ni speech yeah accrediting to OAU instead of the eve of independence, you know, enye appropriate. Basic social studies knowledge.
The CPP name we have for the my correction.
Well, so anyone I may work on those. But I wish Kuboy well in their primary. Now, a coming can also more contest too. One or contest might say
about 3 or 4 people.
More than
MPP, you know, because of the level of liberalism. Sebi Obia
party
yeah, so we'll manage it. But when you see me can't say, I tell people, oh, your politics and you do it with your heart. I believe Kofi also does it with the heart. What is also for people? I tell people my politics, I don't engage in ways and means and control because I won't vote. I don't do it. That's why I'm the kind of anywhere you ask me to go, I go shoulders, I don't know. Because me Yama Pepe being control. This footbridge propaganda here and say Shedi Okoboy wa bondia bridge. You know what? That place now who semi bondia man small view. I went there, organized youth who live there, bought wood for them. Me myself, we mix concrete in the gata kasio. Yes, you know why? I was sitting there, me campaign, I mean Omoko school. Omo descending from a hill, walk in the gutter, climb through it, and then go up. I'm like, what? How can kids be stepping on blocks in a drain, big drain, storm drain? And I said, Dr. Saneti for years. I said, no, if nothing at all, put just 2 pillars at the end. Let the kids walk on shade, not in the gutter. Whose sleepy people you are in? And I took videos of people carrying wares or mofa gata. And I catch say, in Arabian school. Nobody crosses from that side to the other side. Miko yeah, the omuta people say, wood in the man. Everybody who used to pass through the gutter, what dress she ataria wouldn't anti gata mu. But wood blocks, you know, they now were passing through this. And guess what? As I speak, they had some heavy rains because any structure, of course, with the money and well-built and all that, it's not there anymore. With Ayiku as MP now, Omaini, I'll go with your cameras. People are back to using the gutter. You see, so when people talk, as we speak, and on him, you compare, you call your bridge, and I try to put I'm coming.
Honorable. Now, say, oh no, say, baby, say 1 year,
all right.
So baby,
that's why I said
he will come to that.
That's why I said I like truth. God is always a witness. For 8 years of NDC MPs, remember before Okoboy became MP.
I'm talking about
no. You see,
NDC MPs.
You give us
NDC
MPs. No. It's very important. History makes you understand where a community is coming from. 2 MPs from NDC stock with 2 presidents of NDC. The people used to pass through a gutter to go to their homes. You know, no.
But Kofi Man running away from this one.
This is a perspective. You had 2 NDC MPs before Okoboy became MP.
Papa Neba was solve a problem now.
Unsolve you. Omunam got a mudiko. I am telling you.
No.
About a bridge. Let me tell you the deception. About a picture of a bridge or so. You know the bridge. It's another place. And what they just got a crowd. And it's a depression. The concrete bridge was harder. Diana nanti so mu di kono.
The was original. The
concrete bridge this MP has not touched the concrete bridge. The real
conversation about this member app.
I have to make
you've established the fact that
because you know why I've said this. I stood because we allow sometimes deception, not from my brother. The optics is what he's talking about, but we allow deception sometimes to win hearts or to deceive people, and later they are still in their old environment. So I'm making here this point on this station. Say, Ebi Okoboy would na NDC for this team all over. In Kofo Gata mu under their MP. They've gone back into the gutter, not on the wood that I put there.
Okay, so I'm back to have your conversation. Kofi, I don't know TBB.
My brother is indicting himself in one way or the other. Say, Adia or no, a baby, 1 year 18, so talk a crabby, then at the end,
so one can say a permanent solution.
So, we're drawing attention to our colleague. We are quite convinced, or better respond immediately.
Okay, very good. Because almost I go back to the gutter.
Why be other areas?
So quickly,
so obey. Me say
and the party member when just what the party member no other constituency do
one candidate
na you carry
candidate
because why are you still using the word persecution of Ekosiisen as a result of that, you know, move to say the more why are you doing that?
Well, I'm saying now say this platform or another platform you can ho asem say we share the processes are Honorable James Ekosiisen far through. Right from the word go, Penny Beye, the candidate, no, for an winning primaries, no. A dear Odi kind, yeah, say, or say, me passport ekurami. HSA, me to me BBI or Canada, no, me de kwa koma Canadian for Munji Mwadie. Officially form ni BBI in 2019. Woman taking note of these dates. 2019, more than a year before Ghana call any elections. But say aban bi wo wiase or the COVID aye excuse her. There is one bo MPP aban as number 1. Me sure say ubenya any other government in that number 1 position. Till now, Public Accounts Committee, Juma agencies are mobile nim obi aba ubi san sa dentina one year say oh COVID ebe high and a COVID inti. So all of them COVID. Obi anim say amanone the impact of COVID nukrano was more. It take a very long time and sana even the idea of working from home ebe. So processing of the documents and contempt the way or say documents in the processing echo. So Nensaka the renunciation certificate in 2020 somewhere before end of November. But assembly Tietiana say officially opiki forms with the electoral commission or filing via in raise those issues. No munim say was submitting a passport dada. So mu resist assembly. Emma assembly copy the district electoral officer nenim. Ono hwe assembly no so no assembly de nimu ye drusin me. Enti ma memfa call the regional office. And I the assembly call regional office. Regional officer of the electoral commission say, hey, assembly de nimu ye drusin me level. Enti ma yemfa mbra Madam G Mensa nankasa nenim the chair of the electoral commission nankasa. Ye the assembly ba Accra. Ena omo frɛ Honorable Ekosiisen ene omo a this petition by no mu nyina bae Honorable Ekosiisen de nkrata ni nyina including the renunciation certificate date na ɛwɔ so no November 2020 omo hwɛ ni nyina ehu sɛ oh no or qualified say 2020 elections no obeye then obegina because nensaka renunciation certificate no ena ye call elections avede ya call elections ni wie ya ye bibia ena obidi asem no call court asem na fa through ama Supreme Court ababe mo interpretation even as we respect decision we disagree with them say interpretation now ye no on the case of James Ekosiisen dear to us according to the chief that's what me can say judgment here unreasonable unreasonable to us clearly because we share at the time Honorable Ekosiisen also here to become an MP he was a Ghanaian and the law is very clear per yen understanding. So we thought, say, well, say why ya Supreme Court I hear the pronouncement now obey ya. Say yen declare ni elections no null and void, no problem. Abano ye be kwa kotubium. Ena ye call ye. After the key campaign message now modinam was about say imre or say no court ba or koba as if say or no na ode ne ho court. Enti mum two manu ye two mana obeko jail obeye say asenu for say there be ye hu yen bai yen papa ye bibia yen nua yen kunu ye hu ne su ye hu ne ban ye hu ne a oye even in the midst of all these challenges. And my police stations kura na NDC yendin kunim ewo ho ana 2020 year to abano James Achikwesi enwini wo ho no this time round for this by elections no owini wo ho so we wini ade na ewie I feel say asem no de enka ebetwa sesia wa ba be a member of parliament ejuma no so committees ejuma ekoso on Monday fine but the real chamber work in the Tuesday till Friday. And the expectation you could say, Chemusi, well, mube try ni pana. Mumaya in such a way say, ne law making a juma yedia shen inside ya to a barman obetumia ye den aye juma no so. Enunti in the 7th parliament now honorable Okuboy Kahu. Speaker Okwe, any the judiciary. Any the office of the Attorney General or nuna or prosecutors are issues to do with crime into some agreement say a member of parliament involved in such things yentie na semno either Mondays and now say ye wording recess eno eba no sa entire ye den en affect ni juma so this agreement was followed through. And this Kaya, someone like Honorable Mahama Ayariga Abra, special prosecutor, or they know call this. Now they were hearing the issues mostly on what Mondays. Till ruling the buyer say, "Miao ye and Wendy Bonnie, one year Bonibia, and so on and so forth." So many others. Na sana na ekos. Ushe honorable question the idea. You see, even though we are MP. The parliament is in session no? Every day. Bra parliament. Bra court. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the bang and a wubenya mrea ubekwakoye wijuma as an elected member of parliament for the people of Asenov. Why? In Krofoa committee even high crimes. Ebi what? Treasonable crimes, kura. Yendi or mwasem every day. What crime is it that he has committed? One, almost say perjury without maybe being charged for contempt because minimum say almost say he perjure. Again, a perjury say under oath no waka sema enye no kre. Where is the perjury here? Because the Electoral Commission who conducted elections had before them all the documents, including the renunciation certificate. Before
so those details, no, yenyaima court.
And America say, and nothing I feel say a persecution. These are the reasons in I feel say a persecution, and the facts also say, upie ebinumkraka say, oh, or no any Adamu Sakande so ye MP. Ye de nefa amrakwan sukra to the sense say ye jailino. They are two different things. In the case of Adamu Sakande, Abra na our parliament, or ye MP, we shall say obey MP, and all the oaths are oteki yeninano, na ugusukra, ne British passport and Burkinabe passport. Odi tukwan all koba. So he never renounced the British citizenship when he was still a member of parliament. In the case of Honorable James Echikwesi, 2019, before Ayebe Ura 2020, Kura Ayebe Tuaba, and Odini Bibia Koye, and he got the renunciation certificate before the general elections of 2020. So and at the time I all taking the oath, he was holding only Ghanaian nationality and the allegiance in Bibiano was to Ghana.
That's why the
so there are two different things.
That's why the challenger Basi allow your Supreme Court or your High Court or whatever court to decide on this matter. The issue is that 1% court no ye de mo pema
Debi. Yeah, mpesa court no be any this. Anything I hear can say adenti ena in the 7th parliament. What went into that agreement say this is the way we should handle matters affecting these persons. Because they have been elected, given the mandate of the people to perform something on their behalf. And you pe and a meditative parliament. In Crawford, more two abase, meaning then may represent.
So if the 7th parliament agreement is not working with this 8th parliament, what's the challenge?
It should work. Why shouldn't it work? Why shouldn't it work? I don't think no one say yejuma. Because bibi eno muhu yentia omuye then omudi saadi and by. Look, there are provisions in the constitution in order say affect an elected officer nejuma you see who call parliament and now who free parliament. You cannot be what arrested and detained because yempesa will be used to maybe or the aye bibia ebe affected with representative role. And this say pesa ye do call that process is cra or say ye inform me Mr. Speaker. Na ye just MP so Mr. Speaker, clerk to parliament, MPs ningina covered with these provisions.
That covering maybe because sometimes the covering also comes across as being abused subtly by members of parliament.
Well, members of parliament are going through trial. Just example, our colleague Honorable Mahama Yariga, didn't you go through trial till judgment was delivered? Did we complain? Because now our call on days are affecting Nejuma. Of course,
speedy trial to get him out. To
no, that is not able to look. Parliament is city is not able to attend parliament to represent the people.
Now who calls him?
How? Now
because there was a directive that his name should be expunged. And that alone is enough for all parties.
The name was to be expunged according to them because the elections that was conducted prior that was done in December 2027 was declared null and void. And no, yakase we respect but we disagree with them based on interpretation now and the referral case now we use say Supreme Court now a decision be in the case of Dr. Zaneto against this omuma say at the time nipano file ena saadi ene be kikin true 94-1 about being a registered voter. Being a registered voter, of course, will be determined at the time of filing. And no one to mean when you say over the MP before you will know. So if they give you, they rely on that interpretation or muma in the case of Zaneto's case to reference issue at the time Anipano filing. That's where you should kick in. We think that they got it all wrong.
So you will still continue?
And of course, we will continue until to sympathize with our colleague.
So you say majority boycott committee sittings.
Oh, that is our right. That's our right. That's our right. We will go to court every day. Your colleague is in court to show empathy, to show that we are with him. Right. We are beba parliament. Say, but unfortunately, all the days, almost majority, 138, now be any ho. Ebinumu didi ba omiechi, ebinumu so ye omo ankasa omo campaign, ebinumu so ne nam bibia omo ne nam, ebinumu so hwe oye omo businesses. And they don't even form quorum for them to be able to work. And says I
don't think that you're going to justify because mu ho se mu som yen. It obi on odi campaign, and no so you be train so. But okay,
me nka say ye train so me America say.
You describe us as absent too.
We don't care about being described as absent. We go there, so we decide to go. And we were present. We raised the issue of quorum. We have to adjourn. Enesu yekoye business that you
so government business why you do that?
Government side has 138 MPs.
But don't
what is the quorum for?
Now is
quorum for doing business in parliament. Now
it's deliberate on your part.
You see, quorum for doing business in parliament. 93.
Aban
side, 138 no say 93 by year. We will be able to do business.
Number job, why me who be do ha? Me who story no? Was this is the past storms court over 1 million theft case by mate.
Hey,
but I'm busy with this story na see.
Is the past storms court today? Over 1 million theft
by me. Me why the story is not there, so we should be sure say any bibi a can one some keke.
Well, but so much
$1 million.
Cophobia, our more could say bibi sa ira.
But any
story.
But why would they do that?
I has a headline to see if you was not trust top press.
Where would you court now? Judge Babe finding for where
I don't remember kicking be our mind from or draw at the also who the tree course into Bianca
say no cry betting for 20 story no beba.
Oh my idea about course say
is it could you was a GH Boom constituency.
Idea about Okasa so boko no they Nandom Basilica no me was story a very nostalgic. Me ko campaign for me general secretary position. Na me drew Nandom. Na baby ana me jana me delegate din ko ma me afi bibi twi me say me nkonkoto torchlight. Nti me nanti manim kakra no na me te voice bi se me nkoba afore. Na me se me nkoba afore wo hin. Me to mani baby a me hu baby a. Me te se me nkoba afore. So for some reason if I cannot turn torchlight ni ese wa sorry. Ti omo se ofa like omo den almost a chest ofa ni se. Ti me koya me nante ya afina me ko hu na Basilica si. I say wow. Ti me we mu na me di sika to altar no so. Ena me dane mani. Na me bompa ye gusu na me dane mani. I say na we so I say later on obi ka chair me say for that act na me ye no me win elections. So I always want to go back there. Na at least in the me nko da nyame ase ewo ho. Ewo me so a very young Baptist for there yeah because I will be a Catholic but that is a place where I really encountered God. Na ura dem hwa you see me who say onyankopon we me nwanwa say politicians on kokoye campaign on munwura ho na wo de wo nya politician no wo ye crusader wo ye bibia french wo ye crusader wo ye politician enti minua ade ba ko so e kire madwen ya no mo si majority and minority e ho anoma one majority na one minority.
Your majority group. Numbers even and so in parliament your majority group because the independent member of parliament actual their common Mr. Speaker said only one ye juma
no be fa adwen okojina you know no one share MPP
there be so
any majority
well
any minority
well per the city our parliament no omo tena Mr. Speaker ne
right omo the patapa na akotena 137 plus 1 because I mean
you are educating also.
No, I'm serious. But Maninka, if you are an independent candidate.
But the point is that what consent is say on be your business.
The only consent so be your business. And I make sure say so we are one person. Ezo koko G permission won crop for her. So we need to be your business. Because on MP, okay say maybe in crop for no call a demonstration. So man trauma MPP. na ono bas independent.
It won't say any majority in minority.
There be a 137 but you say they anka 5 go ha or 5 me or 5 how dey do so same me dey. Next Dominic wo back wa.
Well, in terms of your standing orders, I had the Jumano. You describe parliament, with majority and minority. We are independent too. Who party full or say we decided baby because there was one time.
Some our parliament.
Well, there was one time. When him say, the immediate past MPP chairman. Freddie Blake of parliament as CPP.
And I make an ambassador so.
Now so okokose with the majority side.
I don't mean chess so okoko.
Well, okokose with them. So you
say not in a baby.
PNC ne bakoso also yes we about also okokose with us. And the parliament that's the description unfortunately.
But numbers
ne even.
Now
so in terms of grouping
because 137 they be almost in the majority 137 from 165 minus 137 I say is equals to something.
Honorable Okoboy
oh they be say you educate because they be almost say majority in microphone ni mo full overwhelming majority in the fan say formula MPs were call independent and come here 137 something. Because ono ko yes work on be hwe ya omo ye no nsem omo ke ka fa no ho okomi poase
baby go vein
dey say be your parliament dey say utimi uko bi fi abokoko kwanza na wawuram
the one who basics in
anti me bom na mawura ho
we
say be ko yini say waru ya du jeji kwesi ho
jeji kwesi asem no ma he me minti asi o me pay anytime. Me ma go through the me pay anytime. Nipa no. Yes say one renounce. Yes say the constitution no kra wo kan ya say me kokko kan ya contempt intin my edin no. Clause bi wo ho. Clause no. Wo akokko kan. I'm say clause 94 kokko kan. Oh, inti no asema e kan no. Lawyer bi say me kan e contempt inti me pese me kasa. Jeji kwesi na se mi ayatwi mutan ye de ne kokot ba kokot be. Me o man him only problem say what kind of impression are we creating to ye nuanom a omo abo. Say yes ye baba be Europa. Ama no ne form wo Ghana form a no ne ato aba. Omo timi to aba de a. Omo ama no ne no omo renounce yo. Onto omo timi to aba. Footballers ye ko form ba. Ya no omo kuta sa kuro no so krata o. A classical example ni boy German boy. Oni kwa ni friend say Kelvin Boateng. Ono ni say no. So no e Germany. Time a obebo ma no are renounce. Obi o san ko Germany. Into oni German Mikai 2010 World Cup. Ghana share Germany. Then the brother no on the other side no so on one side. O ma hia ma na renounce ye. Ya no mu si e ba football dia ayi secret bi anim o de be ko munim football say na isi sensitive. Obetimi enya secret because oye footballer. Ghana for don. Wunim so obetimi get close to a president enya secret crash MP or your opposition. Because especially another na can say eso so mo to aba ma obi obetimi aba ne nchen. Aba beji development. Ama wom. So it's clear say Ekosiisen wonya access to a parliament the hands are the mo any dey bia nkrofo keka. But a footballer because of ne as a footballer can be close to a politician na obetimi akọ president fie ne dem ne ade because say we a footballer we ade. But most of the footballers no omu kuta broche krata na omu de bebo ball ye from Ghana for. Yet akola bia nyini wa broche no obobo kama pe Black Stars wapani akohwehwe naba okuta broche paper. Nkola no kwa they don't renounce, especially oma ya wo mo na wonim Ghana ho hwe wontimi nkatwi wonim hwe. So what is the difference? Yen hwe ne yankwa ankoye ama yen discourage yen crofo mo wa brochi on person ba besom because omo ko school wa brochi asua ne ma nko betimi di ayeden aba because anki encourage yen crofo bia mo ma ba say yanki yankwa anko fa Skype trainer yakofa
feasibility
da bin ke wo yen crofo ni bi wo ha ye wo yen crofo ni bi wo ha nko betimi aye feasibility no wo ha amayen because o matena brocha ye adwuma wa aviation industry.
No feasibility crowd munye yo. Sika no mutua akwe. I raised those. Yes.
And then I make I want to boost and I me
there was no feasibility. Omonye feasibility ni bibia.
Odo na me wie media ye be ko ho. We me nche o.
Yes. Oh, ope make kwa kofa auditor
general
no crab aba.
Oma nko PPA. Oma anya parliamentary approval. Omo ni cabinet approval. Omo answer to the Ministry of Finance J for fund. Ghana Infrastructure Fund. A fund wing of the Ministry of Finance. Intino, maybe just question asem no. Mimi what do continue crampo 137 on the other side almost city speaker and channel. Omo wa asem with omo main speaker no. Omo see there one person omo use omo the boycott and then boycott here na me hwe mini ase chese resistance. Into omo feel say omo person omo stand there with omo enuan. Besides ye nim say omo ni omo constituency akasa no makasa mun go ahead so you can
constituency na sem.
Constituents are they are there for their constituents.
If they will not represent their constituents,
Oma come or Matia, say be Omaka. Nipa bako kasa e ma meni ji hu. Me aminua Patrick Boama. Wanyane dindindi.
It's very reasonable.
I'm telling you, minua na mature. Wanyane dindindi was see so omo say wo mu hia wo mo parliament. Osre woman, the Chikwesi is being represented by very good legal team. Into a pomo chomuni who adwuma ni ntimi nkoso. I mean, it was so elated. I wish that those words were coming from other people. Impanyinfo ni bi.
Almost a tinti.
That is the Mr. Patrick spoke so well that day I was like, wow. I feel na me kwa. So we ye obi ene se obu ofukra na utie ne words na. Akoma be kofo. But in Penufona, words, it doesn't bring solidarity, it doesn't bring comradeship, it doesn't bring friendship. Because 1992, Yenya near Krumha. Me papa a politician, to me politics, the enemy ben home. Me of Association Jacob, want me politics, the minimum. Start here, Namisha. MPP boycott, Parliament. Full. Oma makra omusi esisi oma ye pass causing financial loss to the state in name and omo ba 96 boycott so de no mo fa ne ko e ya no ma dane o mani no omo ko
SK buafunum
na na do no mo nya no ma dane o mani omo ko ayi ye friend ne ten papa yi me osafo ma afunum ombe dane o manya prekunum ombe dane o mani sisi ya no omo ko ade meeting no bi ye boycott awo kasa osi bibi hano on ka se me prosecute nipa no emra but ye ni day a obetimi aye den obetimi aso ababa beye abesom ne mai aye adwuma ne bi nti anu de a very simple thing is obi etimi ti ase oman ni ye nipa ba ko na me de me politics de nya de a sese wodi ma obi aho kire no ye nipa ba ko Ghanaians ye nipa bako. Nti bibi say you make it easier for the person to exist now on oye na djuma. And no Mr. Kwampionim can bi. But see, we should not politicize the judiciary. We shouldn't take politics to the judiciary. Yes ana yes say judiciary no. These were his words. No believe is to be a parliamentar. Enya dey say wutimi e ma no go through certain things. But Osaka can who say MPC now a boycott no more allowances be a me and your moka. MPC sika the otta ko ho na de asem be no no the trade school fees. Into what I say, intino me believe say emra so say we put a halt and a red light on Ekosiisen semi. Near moving on as a country. There are issues to talk about. Bread and butter issue. Food inflation is 54%. 850,000 Ghanaians are poor because they cannot buy food. World Bank. That is what we should be looking at. Body boy, body and fan wo Ukraine. You driawa. We beka se fertilizer. Nina and a fertilizer. Some Adriania can wurema. Yeni feeder rose. The Adriana beba kruma me Adriana bo out. Buffer stock for suppliers. Ye the womoka. I am almost 50% almost 1 year a crisis. And ne your 6 PSHS for uniforms since 2020. Supply uniforms in 3 omaka. These are serious economic issues that we have to look at. A second DDEP is coming up. A man for slow cramp so musica and these are issues that yes, people cannot have 3 square meals a day. A man for the cost of living has risen, the standard of living has come down. A man for intimate trade room or they are taking generic drugs in rebinum crab pressure drew doctors here or intimate talk. No vaccine, mami 815. People resort to other forms of medicines at M1. Bishia Madame Phoebe was in the papaya man, a drobia, and one. At the end of the day, he had to go and buy the expensive one. But we are resorting to Nra M1. Ebinum Sukra resorted to your friend is a traditional naming, which is not helping. Obu pressure into me to a draw or a traditional name.
Before I make us know, Mami Chia Miwofa, Honorable Amakwata, Rose Minister. Ononi Honorable Napo, Time Amiwofi na Menyashim, Omuna ya Omushemi Kakaka. Mimfa gratitude in Diagro. Tidibia me ba osho no so muti me abesa wo se omo ye nkofo a omo akomapa. Matthew Poku Prempasem na meka. Ena Honorable Amakwata. See you cry and obi na na ehwe no what I say. Ma won say wo hwe me.
And dog who your doctor near then I also call back to it. Tell me no.
Oh but still no na me hear a lot of COVID and party activity.
Yeah, what the piano.
Yes.
Oh, like
consultation right? Normally pressure into once a while, once every week. They say cry no cry you know once every 2 weeks.
Now that's
informal ones in the course. Oh, some medicine.
Oh, like man.
After 12 years of medicine, you can't stop it. Now unim your constitution na your one abuaye nanso there were challenges kakra now you see when you want to know who person kwan ye fa so or mind bi nya animra so won hwe omo abakosem and I'm happy Kofi is here honorable because of the history we had with the military regime and order. 92 constitution it tried to do 2 things. It tried say build a foundation for a strong, nice republic. At the same time, sort of shoulder or preserve or protect those who were allowing that to happen. It was a serious role the constitution tried to play. And it didn't allow for the sitting president to appoint the IGP.
Appoint everybody.
Cry over Papa police are also biya bet me acho. The boss, I man Nejuma, the president.
Supreme Court judges.
Oh, in fact, in the Ghana army, me know Nejuma with Ghana Armed Forces for 30 plus years or a civilian employee. They were Ghana Armed Forces Staff College. Stores keeper. May your soul rest in peace. Even beyond some rank, I think major and beyond. The list before your promotion comes, it must go to head of government and come back. In the soldiers in the badge almost starting. I mean now come from first lieutenant to second to is and block by a true major pair. Even when you go write the exams, you train big house and send our wow. That's the kind of country, that's the kind of constitution we have. Why? And we have a constitution now. The only person who can prosecute crime is the Attorney General who is appointed again by the head of a particular party which has one power. Oh my! If this is your arrangement, that's what you must start to examine, and not the symptoms. When I talk about symptoms like you do nipa kokot, you say, oh, only my baby to only me kokot. Constitutional attitude, nipa only kokot. Obia or a politician. Although the constitution says that the person should be a lawyer, the person is appointed by the president who campaign on a political party's ticket. Now, only are you aware, say, Adamu Sakande, the then age could have decided not to prosecute this case. Are you aware? Mm-hmm. Discretion is at the heart of the Attorney General.
Mm-hmm. And the government.
So I'm telling you today that one of the factors also why they took the docket, even if it was a strong one to court, was that he was not a party a member of their obviously NDC MP. Tiere now NDC now power. Adamu Sakande, omo de omo nipa be kase ya who say what from constitution you don't get ready. You don't call court na you chom ko ba election. So I'm bringing our mind to the basic fundamental challenges we have, which we don't want to address.
into where equalization.
No, I'm saying that. Yes, you have to. You have because I look at fairness.
But there's a constitutional review.
He just say James that equation on here or more. Party banking.
But you didn't hear the second one. No, I didn't hear.
No, I'm not challenging.
I want politicians. Now I want us to engage in frank conversations.
As of that time.
Well, that was the question they asked him. Said, tit for tat. Then I want to say, so
it cannot be tit for tat because if the Attorney General then had the discretion. So bet me atwist assembly if you want or the two aso
me sure say obahini me ametumi aka ne say Senka Adamu Sakande abra obeye MPP candidate ansa na kora ye beto no so aba na wa renounce the citizenship can me sure say ye de ne be call through any criminal process that I can say clearly for NDC say Senka or renounce ne nsaka renunciation certificate before ye kwa koto aba na before ye swear no ina go bianka NDC an attorney general appointed under the NDC administration emfani panu mfa nko I can say that
me catch him in company and say, although I'm a politician, I like frank conversation because I know you can stand by it for the next 50 years. Ukasa honorable Bemono, or can say, patch say, where the political, Obisa Damono, did you go? They say, for the past 10-15 minutes, honorable Timbo Adamu Sakando, let him repeat, me say, Enfrinano. Now, you know what? Big sister, are you aware? You see, this world is one of the things I've learned. There are forces that operate in this world. They tell you things because they've been here for long. You see, people talk. In Kasa and said Sakande had no relatives. I'm not talking to them. The AC and then say, send a DSC no. Send a camp for. Now, Sakande, now a young Bogu for Netzalan to Abamano. And that's what because the good people of are seen out of love. It was the same thing with Boku. Sebi. So no kita Ghana passport, no kita Burkina passport. We go you be the idea. Say na who can say there. You see pledge no boni bena. Na second we for be idea. Obi owo UK.
Well,
no. You see, you must have no.
But Omahini, Dr. Bernard Okoboy is a doctor, and he will go through various levels of analytical training and the rest. And he answer no Obama prescription or G lab report or your temperature or your BBA answer no Obama prescription. Everything. The two no. They are not the same. And men analyzing as if say the two no are the same. And no they make catch when think now who said the two are not the same. Obako no de abra na oye MP no na the passports no nyina egusu on the person ma or the two kwan. The other person no or no the passports no or the ama. So they are completely two different things.
So all I'm saying is that unse me ka we na wo NDC mu debi atwem unya the numbers because sebi you so mra now say unse o 2-3 passports kra the ama e bonin say na mra bi wo ho and no use ya nkrofo saline atoma no nanso we use mra no na there ya say okoye no who won the seat
no be ye in free parliament Adamu Sakande serve this yanye by election ye wo ho because at the time the ruling it was some few months to the general election and he wasn't even MPP candidate
but the next election so he went to parliament
no but he wasn't even MPP candidate now as mo candidate so he wasn't even your candidate no me buao
now you know all I'm saying is that yenye bold as a country near my way a constitutional problem let's look at
it constitutional review
and also a whole topic sky there and Sabi, every moment you throw white paper. You bet me for another day. Big sister, almost all the key things I identify, you know, the white paper Emma a Danny item on the shelves up to now.
No,
we have to discuss it later.
Professor,
and the whole constitutional review
this boycott in Parliament.
Take time.
I'm about to say something, Pacho. Me, I have a personal experience. Dr. Koboy, me yejuma hospital be. Sana nyame bo me come my dream. So in that hospital, nyama ekoso ami hu ne yie no, ya meeting ameka. Nkrofo hospital no I can say I am the problem for the hospital. It's typical Ghana issue. When say Ghana out to some people you are the enemy. Now Ekosiisen sa ma target no dure bia ye throw me query. Say Mamba hospital me ye duty bi ama who Ekosiisen hospital nyina ma obi a hwe me a no de ni bi hwe me say me is on reckless doctor. And a one big surgeon, Yamin fan crazy. Me born a dear hospital, not me born. Or friend said, Doctor, come. I know you. You are not like the way I'm hearing. Yes, you will duty. One bad duty, no, one catch obia, and I hoy basa, and obia come with the yama. And I'm so, or sure. And I explained to him, say, duty will be duty. And I'm pan best say, Mina me near din, there be obia ni wa, Mina me, and to me yamano. But unfortunately, no, there was a mix up, and I'm doctor and say, oh, when I say what could be a because it's on your bote, son and me bobby. If I know say me near Bonia, wherever you call me, I come. I don't come with anybody. I make my case and tell you when you are done with your decision, we'll subject it to further review if you are not unbiased. The kind of heart I have. I was called before a panel in that hospital. There were people from Attorney General in Accra who came to that region. One person, I faced 10 people. Each person asked a question. Who beside me? Sure, no my answer. One told me, why are you doing this? Nobody has been able to do this. Why are you doing it? Because he said, that is how I am. Why am I saying all these things? If I am Judge Ekosiisen, Ekufo-Addo is not a judge. The judge is a professional who is not an NDC activist or an MPP activist. What will happen to question will not be determined by Dami. He is not having that weight. It is the judge. That's how the judicial system is built. And it has been built in such a way that one man can be biased. But you can go for review where 3 sit. One can take a bribe, forgive me in code, not 3. And should 3 take a bribe, you will face 7 at the Supreme Court. You see, yeah, Papa Momo Chichi or my way, they have wisdom. And when I see our people saying that I didn't know court, it's not the me show me here. As I'm watching, and can this for any judge, I didn't to Tabaku for free. So yes, I'm waiting. Ojino who fire because the people he faced are not politicians. In those days, they call them elders. They look at the case and rule. Now, make come be Bible crack eye. Or say, we gidi sa now the judge now you gidi sa one shana you do what two. Some of the arguments they are making, they made the same arguments in the Supreme Court, and the judgment went against them. And kasana mu Jim who di no, and ka yetwa mu kra say mu ka say, adi wo ma twem kra, it doesn't stand. And it's a mikano. Now so mu kwasin ko your campaign, which means you followed the judgment of the court. This same court, our similar lower, let's say lower court, and ya kodo. With all this gidi, if for china ruling by say guy no come o my ruling say obetime draw na omo ye they will not go to Sawamo. I don't know what I got. So we should let wisdom prevail. We should be calm. Those handling the case are not politicians. And the reason why me face it 10 people, he said I was smiling. I told them, say when you are done, that was what shocked them. They told me I can go. I said I want to tell you something before I leave this panel. Even your judgment to be subject to scrutiny is not final. And so the point I want to make is that let's follow wisdom. Listen, this is the first time we've had a by-election where the person who is participating was the one who was ruled out. An exceptional case. If you look at what happened,
it's not the first time. We've had an MP also contesting a by-election.
All right, so let's say the second. What makes this exception is say these guys own the first one circumstances. I don't know across the barrier.
Yeah, across the
but this one, because it had to do with prosecution, there is some sympathy in the public. That's what I say. Because he's the same person who came forth, he won. What I can tell you is say, I doubt say even if Yemfa assuming say court we not Judge Ekosiisen or you're guilty. Now say by-election. I doubt say we can take that seat. That's my doubt. So the question is that I ask myself as MPP, what will be the ultimate game? But guess what, Omayini? Yo, baby, wow, bizarre. Democracy, there is the hard one and the soft one. There are cases I withdraw Omayini, you kasa with them. I don't know whether you get me.
I get it.
There are people that met me, didn't pay before kasa. I'm a case where you
like Aisha one.
You see, no, you see, Omayini, they are still not following the Mikano.
No, maybe
no. See the Mikano.
Yes.
No,
yes. Yeah, as Ghanaians, the representatives of Parliament, you know, persecuted. Yes.
ako bo obi ade atu obi ajapade atu fa say no ye say bo adi papa na japade abo no shana we su ye den akwara so bo odi na wo ye we
no so na ya janto azuka mo su no tintin bi o mafa tintin bi o mafa ye nyina ye pegana yi ye ne Ghana nkoso ampa de wa change wo che say emra na obi agya so di tu anamo
kusuma we nti ya me fi obi do me ne wo kwa ye nyina ye nam line so ye sisi awa
why because wo line na nya o say wo line emfa no ko kudu wo line no emfa no ko kudu and you say o stop wa sana wo de na ko to
what patrol bo ama somebody should
yes if you crop on it go can say that guy
but no but
truth is that you've established the point exactly it me mumra so I judge you for in your political
kwa de woka se ko kan eche kwa ko kan eche sit you want to manipulate
no it's not even about that
Okoboy that's it no we
omani you kwaya
why we block me on pese obi
big sister see ademu ye mra na ye follow
what I support that
yes maybe point is say uche the way
there are so many ways to kill a cat
uche the way nkofo kasa oh me say we die we discontinue
but omo boycott so omo nye de bi omo kasa ka na omo ja
but big sister you know the danger imagine and God forbid to me my prayer is that we would continue after 2024 but if it is the will of God not GMA president imagine if you're the one NPP person akojina court say why boni kese bi and Akufo-Addo now oman for the 4 years I see your opposition you nyina atine fie say court kwasa yenko what kind of state are you building
omahini ko remember Malcolm for fala promo yen adwuma because the Malcolm for say weekend we there 5th year the 21st copim 23rd of July fala Malcolm for ne kai emuda ho entino kona kodidwa e Malcolm ko na kodidwa e Malcolm terms and conditions no applicable e wa han say nana Kofi Ubaka say na fi na be rapport upon this you know
nia meka say adie yi ye nyina wonim say o say in the year 2022 aban nejuma o ye no Kennedy Ajapon beka say strategies ODBB ka ho also strategies then then honorable Kennedy
so who to me strategies are dollar near say na ba say
no okay strategies my what el make I word now
na Kofi come on dey come one ya
in the midst of
sika wetua
dollar na less than 4
COVID
dollars before our COVID we bakra na dey na say Ekoya says here and number about $12. Ekoya up till 12 CD. Ekoya up to 15 CD crown. Unemployment, youth unemployment, and 42%. Adia na ewo mirapia. Youth unemployment na around 12%. In 42% and going even up. General unemployment are now below 10% and 14% and more. The debt of the country are now in 120 billion. At the time MPP take you over 2017, says here and almost 600 billion.
We late 600 billion. I didn't a trillion 600 billion. Inflation. Inflation na below 15% no in Ekoya to 56% at the point 57.2. Food inflation Ekoya beyond 100%. And around 50 something says here. This is the scorecard of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ne economic management. And the World Bank report almost 7th report year abe almost in the year 2022 no year the 850,000 grow for 850,000 and ye pian won ko share ohia num. That's the record of this because of inflation,
mismanagement of the economy no. Inflation na that low level honorable Okoboy no say na Dr. Bawumia oye Malata market inflation calculation and so on and so forth figures no kura statistical service fire no say onu mfa onu kra mfa nye adwuma obekọ malata market akwakoye onu an basket of items ene enye malata de kra na meka ho asem yi o eye nia statistical service for edi aba abontina ye de ye adwuma enti say ye ko malata market dia o ma hini inflation no ebekọ more than 86% kra. Oh, here we are pushing many more persons. Now, in the midst of all this, sorry, now you blame me COVID. COVID, and I catch say, young conco, you have $2 million. And farmer, a non-existing company, say, a Baba Sky.
COVID non-existing.
Company nukra yema online says to run a removal. Look, already no. Minister Nankasa, Minister Amewu Abeka say, look, we shouldn't expect any sky trade here. It won't happen now. It won't happen anytime.
You don't have the capacity.
So we don't have the capacity. That's the Minister for Railway Development.
But how would he
say that?
What is the basis for that?
Yes, because and always say omu beye feasibility in the keka honi inano. It must even come from that ministry. And the ministry is saying it is not possible, it's not doable. Then so Ghana Infrastructure Investment and Infrastructure Fund now ye create to put money into viable projects ya hu feasibility ebe boye no omo fa yen sika 2 million e de akwa koma a phony company. It didn't even end up to that same GIF when in Pullman hotels. Almost had another $25 million so as had the Kura ho and never fa adieno ewo form ho. Another hole in Accra. $25 million aka ho. Ye be someone say omo metre because that is just for some few shares. No, things are happening. We are now blaming COVID. COVID and say if this kind of investment I'm telling you, can you imagine say this $25 million plus this $2 million plus many other investments are more here at the time or more they say SS capacity no aben side yen 23 million Ghana cedi e the commercial company we say they want to come and generate more power. Can you imagine mo de mo anu e ka adie baakon na mo de monsa so ye bibi foforo. All these coming from the infrastructure fund that ye creative for special. Can you imagine saying ka ye disikei ekoye meaningful dams. Honorable our comes say on to me meaningful dams with 250,000. Can you imagine say sasikei nka ye dibi ko kan huma or ye or 1 year meaningless dams or ye meaningful dams nka already no omusi yen sika ye de cra tomatoes nkwa from Burkina are cut to $400 million per annum from just 90 akwa to $400 million. Can you imagine how much would have been saving? Can you imagine how productive would have been? Food inflation, will not have created poor person. Yes, sorry, we are blaming COVID.
I will do a check on the Kofi Kai. The 25 million. I will do a check on that. Anyway, or a member of parliament, the man the benefit.
Oh, there is no maybe I may draw my attention. Now, me do fear me so TV. No more can.
Yes, we will do that check on the Pullman stuff. Okay, Kofi does it for this revelation, but we'll follow it up.
I mean, somebody do how my met you. Sika near to Gusan. They are no money will be due diligence, more man.
You invested wrongly, and I say, what is happening?
There be as if say government, no, it is said you do one no be the pro be about investment, be about na business. Was shall we the be my be no own check na do sika kushim na she. But that's how I see it too. Obi ba odi baba to a they are in a hurry woman to mo bosen consult na ayebasa. Because sky train ni pampa 20% na be for sky train Ghana. Nam wie mu say ye wo roads anka sikem betimi de bia ye roads aboa. Feeder roads en fa aduane. I mean, ye niema me mentiasi o. Sky train. Minister na anka say o se nye feasible say ye idea. Na me hu idea bia ne boarding say that. Idea ne boarding. $2 million. So we conceptualize it. Pena would share $2 million. Was he into me near you by a good idea? We bet me about implement it. No more 3 years ago. Oma hi we efe feasibility say omo de oma anya ho hwio oma hi ka hu say obi koye aveyi me rice o no no koye experiment and rice farm no ho Mr. Kwame Pepra e di tumu ayi sipa yanki na enye sika say yo ye do omo sipa yanki at the time me na mo GIPC na finance ministry one of the first people onya PhD in law okọ prison by bibia e basa. Because oye lawyer ni so de do ko prison on a criminal charger ye wiu ye do mo kokko tumu o ti ase ayi selo me krampo de o yare o fa wuye all those times na nya de anipa ni je ho but se bibi say we history mu a bibi ase see etimi we should be careful. I mean due diligence feasibility study kura book no okay emfa dey one go through the procurement but feasibility study enini na waka ba be ka che kwase ye 2 million but ye kohwe enye feasible wo Ghana nti entimi nye obi entimi nye ohwe ba wo de krata bia na ho pepe bia na ho we $2 million akọ company bia company no kwa nim say ye dummy company o say existing company obi nim they say so only license the good thing is in case it doesn't exist too was only license I would be yes adwuma because sa adwuma we no obi obey feasibility study bia we build site I will betimi I there a build the amount because only build site on tia there nothing why feasibility study na amount
Nana my Dr. Kubo
where did na me hwehwe no excuse me strategies excuse me
oh I see excuse me excuse me
Okoboy excuse me
to trial people in radio studios and TV studios and a healthy trend. Usually in the courts the other side can present their case. Now, one of the worst things that may happen to you say, assembly or radio. Now I say, oh dear, you are already guilty. By a court, now you have a side. Before,
what are you referring
to? You understand? Before after 2008 election, in fact before the 2008 election, the impression was created by the NDC that almost most appointees of the Kufuor government, if you put their cash together, it was more than the Bank of Ghana votes. In fact, they even published it was up.
Please,
you know, why is that you are not patient to listen to people to make their point? When they came into office, there were those who assumed that this was a corrupt bunch that should all be lined up and jailed. If you have a solid case and you're ready on account, you present it before a judge and it will be interrogated. In the 8 years of the NDC, all the things they mentioned. I'm saying
that.
Please, please, you have a record. I want to just. My point is that the time has come. If there is Sebi, BBI criminal, give the specific details. If the AG will not go to court because Sebi,
criminal.
If I didn't hear criminal,
the Pullman investment, any Sky Train, no. It was a matter you discussed at the Public Accounts Committee when GIF for you be standing questions. I asked a public interest question in relation to Pullman investment and see we spoke about it.
I'm a meticulous person. The AG did a report and said Zoom Lion Company should refund some monies because they were paid illegally. It was in an audit report that came to Parliament and discussed. Do you know what happened when he went to the Supreme Court? There he was able to bring his lawyers and make his case. The judges said that requirement should go off.
But sir, this one, no, and your opinion, they can say the chief executive of GIF was there himself. He was there himself.
Before take Kofia or says, "Ask we were Musan in a vacuum." Those who matter were there. It just walk us to what
the Public Accounts Committee is not a court. That's what I want to tell you. It is in the court, and normally if individuals or companies are involved, once you discuss a matter, it ends up in you making the impression whether they are culpable in the case or they are not. As for the audit committee, interrogations. Sometimes the play out at the audit committee goes out to say, "Oh, where the report? Why they? What do for? They're guilty is for."
Say institution or processes.
Pullman is an investment.
You call the in Eco Sky Train.
No.
Sky Train.
Yeah. Who they say an entity.
So whichever one it
is
is,
a shareholder.
until the court decides.
okay.
We shouldn't do as if say that's it.
That is the point I'm making.
Oh, that one. They say Yenka say
so me, I cite specific
it was a bad investment that you can see clearly.
You have to get lawyers, take the matter up.
Dr. Ko, if you have your minister saying that,
look, me, I'm not 60 years, but I've learned some things. Even in politics sometimes. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Obi to me can't say because Obi Sheno who come deep in the party. Come on. Let me conclude, Romani. Baumia, I've seen attempts, and let me say this loud. I'm not afraid to say this. Attempts on people they talk as if Baumia is a byword. There's will be a byword in the Bible. I know what it means. Or you'll be a can't nipa cross and also a non-entity. Excellent. But if you check Baumia's record as part of the Kufuor administration, he was at the Bank of Ghana as deputy governor. Served under Kufuor, served under Kufuor. Under Kufuor as a deputy governor, and the Kufuor as vice president. I am ready. The only thing I'm waiting for the promise to end. To match the record of Baumia and that of Adukoto Mama. Please, why is it that you are not patient at all? You see,
obviously, if you are a messiah,
I'm coming. No,
go and match Dr. Kofi Konedo Apreku.
See, me.
No, you sent us the topic. Who said if you are a messiah and you are
yes, no. You see, when they meet me, I always pick what you have said and I make you understand that it's frontal.
Excuse me, please.
Let me talk.
No.
What's when he wins and with my
go and match those who are saying it.
Okay, so
the other political party. But Dr. Okoye, we need the other political party. I don't know what matching with your mama. There is MPP, there is CPP, there is PNC.
No.
Even then, Anaya, it's an internal election.
Why are you matching?
Japan strategies. Excuse me, Dr. Kofi Konedo Apreku. Since I was a messiah and you are not able to save even your woman, how can you be a messiah?
Under John Mahama,
people are saying
there was a trend in inflation where they started saying single digit inflation, single digit. This guy, this vice president, if anybody underestimates his economic understanding or diagram, you know what Bamia said? Or see inflation and a weird term, it is calculated. Vip was the first person who told the statistical service, show me the items in your basket so that I see how you calculated your inflation. You know what he did out?
That's why he did my.
They stated say about 4 items in the basket. The figure put there was 0 Ghana cedis. And you know why? When they went to the shop to check the price, the shops were closed. So they assumed it was 0. That's why I realized that Baumia said, then they revised the inflation. So Baumia,
what is it? What are you saying? What are you saying? No, listen to what
more the details.
No, listen to what way. Explain what.
Look,
they don't pick that one item.
The truth is about
because you are peddling falsehood.
And the GM, what happened?
No, they were calculating falsehood. They were calculating
falsehood.
The figures that were coming out were not matching the other indicators, currency movement and other indicators. And about Nyaka say inflation is calculation. They use items in the basket. Oh, but he said that inflation. I want to
clearly. Yeah, clearly. I don't mean. Excuse me. No, the point is correct. The point is very, very, very correct.
It is Baumia who can guarantee you power.
The point is very power. Which kind of power?
It is all about
what has he done?